their money is too much. I cannot publish with my money in any Elsevier journal. It's not possible. Where will I see $3,000? Because that's the average amount to publish. So, No, it's not even up to 9. It's more than 9 months now. That's almost like 1.5 years salary or 2 years. Recently, the paper were calling that somebody collected 35. We had to go back and front. They first offered me 50% discount. I say, Koti law. They offered 70. I say, so when they offered 70, they felt they've done enough. We now calculated the 30%. 30% was still about 900 and something Swiss francs. We are in one C 900 and something to just pay you. Get what I wrote in the evening? I wrote my salary. Calculated the amount. I told the person point blank that this is how much my salary is. If you want me to pay this, because they liked our work after sending the abstract. If you want me to pay this, you are telling me to devoid myself of a 6-month salary. No, it cannot work. So the big journals, their fees are very expensive. It's each month $50. So be wary of ship fees. This list is still on. This list is somewhere we used to check predatory journal. Yes, they do have a few, but it's still on. So sometimes I use it with mine, but I tend to write. Avoid plagiarism. Cite properly. I want to believe. I was reading one paper recently. A whole page, no citation. Who are you? Who are you? Abba. Even in discussion that we know that you are discussing your own ideas. Abba. So the thing just fear from heaven. We tend to say that nothing is science really is entirely new. Currently, nothing in science is entirely new. It's linked to some here. Go and find that link and discuss around. Cite properly. Go now, I'm hurrying. Okay. This is where we'll probably round up. At this age and time, if you are not yet using Citation Manager, I don't know why you are wasting your... In short, in our lab, anybody that wants to collaborate with us, the first thing we first teach you is how to use EndNote. Because nobody has patience to be checking, dotting I, crossing T's, and all the rest. And also, it's also, again, some of the things I like to discuss. I've seen, sometimes we go, some of us, I say our very old professors who are very used to this very stringent way of, that, is it Apana, they have the one that you put full stop in between, you put comma, you now put full stop. I hate that particular one. And they will check that. But also what people don't understand is, these things have addition. They are changing. Because I have seen examiner query my student for something I know is correct. We were using 7th edition. Examiner was still an old examiner, still depending on 2nd or 3rd edition. That's what citation managers are for. And because most of us don't know, you are querying the student who use the citation manager and just use the edition that came out last month. You are using your idea of which year. So also it means that we also have to grow and constantly relearn our knowledges on what is happening currently. I think I'll stop there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Please a round of applause for you one more time. Thank you. I enjoyed him thoroughly, and he has taken me back in time with all of the things I've listened to. But the way we want to do it, it shouldn't be a monologue. I know, and I'm certain, that we may have 1 or 2 questions or comments that we want to make based on this. That's why I'm asking him to please still stay behind so that we can make it interactive. He can quickly respond to whatever we have. Do we have questions, comments on what we have listened to today? Or we are saying we are fine? Oh, all right, man. Any other person? Okay, Prof. Okay. I start with Dr. Akirim Rade. Please let me pass this microphone so that she can make a comment, and then we go to
Thank you, sir. I just want to give an information regarding the expensive journals. When I was in the Polytechnic, they taught us much about TED Fund. I think we are not exploiting it much in Unimed. Then when your paper is accepted in Elsevier and it's very expensive, we have to write to the TED Fund and they will sponsor it. So, and we were told then that if we want to produce books, because of fund, we could not produce, we, the readers, the academia, we are not writing like before, unlike we just publish online. We're supposed to at least produce book for people to read, but we are not doing that because of the cost. That TED Fund, when we produce, well, if we can submit a soft copy of our book, then we produce 3,000 copies for us. So I want us to have this information and be working towards it. Thank you.
Thank you. I know I've heard of the books before, but the APC fee from TED Fund, maybe it's my boss, I will fight later. You've not seen that. I know of the books, TED Fund pay for books, but that APC, anyways, would be a nice thing, no?
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for the presentation. I wanted to ask, I heard that because of the cost factor, that peer-reviewed journals are usually more affordable than the open access journals. That most peer review, for example, if you want to publish in JAMA, the peer review, it's more affordable than when you go for the open access. So there was something like there is a more affordable version. Some journals have more affordable versions than the open access. So, but from what you are saying now, you are saying that it's better if it's open access, or if more people are able to reach it. How will we be able to overcome the challenge? Because the financial factor is what is making us go for the other options, not the pediatric journals, but at least other more affordable options, or maybe national options, or national journals, or any African journals, something like that sort.
I'm trying to quick correction. I get you're trying to say open access and subscription based.
Yes, sorry, subscription based and open.
Because all journals are peer reviewed. Okay, good. From what I know, open access and subscription based journals, the top ones, the amount are about the same thing. The only difference is the subscription ones, some papers are not open access. You have to have paid them to make it open access. An open access journal, all their papers are open access, and somebody has to pay that money. You, your university, that's true. It's supposed to, Professor Yemi, it's university that they always write there, they're supposed to be paying that money. You or your university or your funders are supposed to have paid that money. For a very long time, and even till now, I don't pay because I would just prefer to publish it subscription based. Subscription, it won't be open access, but it will be a good work published. Good enough, because somehow with the idea of open access now, all journals now allow you that after 12 months, you can't paste the one they publish, their own, you can't paste, but your own copy of it, you can just throw it online. And that's what I do sometimes. I think I still have a few in ResearchGate that I can't make open access. The manuscript is online with the link to where the main journal is. So it's still about the same thing that you see. I would never agree to want to publish in a pediatric journal because it's cheaper. I won't, or because it's open. There are most pediatric journals that are even open access. I don't know why things that are not, they are always very easy and access. However, I'm not saying that local journals, the person I'm angry with 2 weeks ago that pushed my name somewhere because he was in a hurry to where I don't know. I was like, if you have talked to me, talk to me. At least I trust NSN journal, our local neuroscience journal. It may just take 3 more, 4 more. It may even take me begging the editor to go and beg his reviewers to please speed up the process. But at least I know where it will go. Because I know neuroscience journal, it's not falling anytime soon. It may not be one big journal, but it's there. So sometimes, like I said, patience and guidance puts the work somewhere. Most times it's when we're in a hurry. And I've been there too, once. It will never happen again. I think I can run. Okay.
Sorry, sir. Hello, sir. Sorry, sir. I found out that in the word of this article writing, there have never been clear-cut distinction as to the level of which we can go when we are using artificial intelligence.
It was actually my last slides, but somehow I didn't get to it because I was trying to keep to time. This is what I will say on that. Good enough. Put that last slide. I want to remember what I said. Just put it. It's there. Yes, just leave it like this. You know, we are still discussing. There are a whole lot of things in science we are still discussing. One, we are still discussing how to use tissues from genetic modified tissue, CRISPR. We are still discussing how far we can even do with CRISPR modifying and all the rest. AI has come to join it. We are still discussing how well or how far to use AI. At least I know Eseva has policies. Most top journals would have a policy, and the policy will be clearly stated. Most will say we prohibit, don't use. Most will say if you use, tell us, and that should actually be the ideal thing. If you use AI to write something, the ideal thing is you should state it. Let's know whether we are reading you or we are reading AI. You could use AI and then use yourself to also now improve it. They also want you to state it. Okay, AI did this. Me, I now did this. That's currently what is on ground. That an AI should co-author a paper, I still feel it's just like a machine. Yes, your work, but those are issues that are currently being discussed. So I always say, look at the journal policy, because ideally, if you're claiming that work as yours, it shouldn't even be, in my head, but me, this is my own opinion, it shouldn't be more than 30% AI. You can't own something and it's not you that did it. It's just like copying. In my head, I see it that way. AI is meant to help, to guide, fix language problems where possible, but not replace your intuition. Maybe we'll get to that stage, I don't know, whereby it is okay for me to just type in the AI, write me a paper on how nice Professor Abubakar has been to me. And the AI will just give me the paper, and maybe we will get to, I pray we'll never get to that level, but maybe we will. But for now, what is on ground is use AI, declare. Eseva, this is their policy. To a little extent, some other journals also have their different policies. Final one.
Thank you very much. My
lecturer for the thought-provoking delivery. I've gained one thing or the other from your presentation, and I know some of the members of the audience have also gained. I want to say one thing about the issue of our postgraduate. Because you refer to me the other time, you have been attending postgraduate meetings severally. We argue a lot of things. To the best of my knowledge, I think the master students are not made to publish. They be taught how to do this, but it's not compulsory. In my department, and many departments, they are not made to. But for the PhD student, they okay. Welcome, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So for the PhD student, some department we say one. Some maximum of 2 in Elsevier journal. That is the best knowledge. That is to the best of my knowledge about that. I think we should go back to postgraduate school and based on your lecture, your delivery, and see argue that one maximally is all right for postgraduate, at least to have the good knowledge of how to write a paper and publish paper. Now, should I continue? We are now okay. Yes, my question now is this issue of predatory journal is highly controversial because some of the so-called predatory journal, you see them indexed in Google Scholar, even in a job. Some of them have DOI. So I don't know your position about that. Yes, you have given us some criteria by which you can identify predatory journal, but this predatory, so-called predatory journal are still being cited, and some people are still criticizing the criteria for identifying predatory journal. I want you to shed more light on that. And this AI checker is also available when you want to check. As a reviewer, you subject it to, even the AI checker will tell you should not be more than 20%. Mostly in review paper, I don't see any reason why somebody should be using AI for original work. I cannot discuss. But in review paper, it's not applicable, but it should not be more than 20% and have to be declared. On the last note, I think I have to stop there. Thank you very much.
Okay. Prof, I'll make quick comments because you see that first one, that PhD paper. Well, like I said, it's a good discourse, and this is part of why we do these workshops. I strongly agree that one is enough. One, for basic reason, you also want to teach the students, is a 3-year course. But I also think my reading around one is, I know it's normal for us. I published 5 papers from my PhD thesis. If I'm, with my knowledge going back, I probably would do 2 or 1. And I'll tell you, we're in a country whereby somehow we like quantity. We're currently doing a project that is heavily funded. And the thing in my head is, can we push this somewhere really strong? That is, and somewhere really strong is somewhere that is a publishing house that can define the paper, move the paper there. The student may have done a really good work and needs the patience to write one exceptional paper and put it somewhere. But when the policy says it must be 2, he has no choice. He would dilute it a little bit further. And that's what I feel like this discourse should be. We shouldn't tacitly encourage that. We should actually tacitly encourage ingenuity, quality. We will still bend to the quantity. Yes, we will still bend. But it shouldn't be something we are actively encouraging by making it, that's my thought, making it compulsory. Anyway, and then for the predatory, and now I'm going to say something very controversial now. Google Scholar is not an indexing body. It's not. We all use it as an indexing criteria in this, our part of the world, but it's not. It's what we call an aggregator. An aggregator simply does this. Something is online, and that's what Google is Google now. Anything you do online, check Google there somewhere at the back. All they do is aggregate sources. So if me and this my master student decide to publish, create a journal today, by the time I publish issue 1, issue 2, it's already on Google Scholar. Because all it does is an aggregator. Indexing body takes time to look at what has been published, mostly over a minimum of 2 years, before they will now say, okay, we will bring, I think Scopus is 3 years, PubMed is 2 years, that other one that they call Thomson Reuters, I don't know how many years, but I think it's up to 5 years, 4-5 years, before they can create something. Those are indexing bodies. So I think that's where we tend to mix it. AJOY is an indexing body, it's an African indexing body. Agreed. And I don't like, people should not, local journal doesn't mean that the journal is predatory. It may just be the way sometimes they are handled. I have seen a paper in NSN. Somebody said, the editor sent it to me. I have to shout him on WhatsApp. I sent it back first time with major revision. The person sent it back to me. He didn't do the major revision, so I put reject and sent it back to him, to editor. Editor now sent it back to me. I had to wait. Is it that you want me to accept this thing with my, it's not possible. So unless you go behind my back and publish this good enough, the editor is my friend, and I'm sure I did not see the paper in NSN. Not because we also have to keep quality. Wherever you are, particularly for those of us that while you're also trying to bend a little bit to the Nigerian way now, we're all friends. We also have to guard the guardrails of quality. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please let's put our hands together for Dr. Ijonome. I believe he has opened our eyes to some of the things we might not have been paying attention to up to this moment. Now the Vice Chancellor is with us. I want to specially recognize in our midst the Vice Chancellor, Professor Eboluwa Adejibe. Thank you very much. You are welcome. I told you at the beginning that she will be with us shortly, and my shortly actually worked perfectly. I checked the time she came in, and I think spot on. I also recognize the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Professor Patrick Osho. And what we are going to do, for us not to take the executive time for too long, she was supposed to do the welcome address before the first session. We are going to take our remarks briefly before we continue. Please, let's put our hands together as the Vice Chancellor does that.
Good morning, everybody. Yeah, I want to apologize for coming late. I came in early to the campus, but as you know, when you come in, many things just catch you down, you know. So I want to say that I'm happy to be here today. It's one of the things that I look forward to, that we'll be working on, particularly in the next few years, by God's grace. We want to thank the director of our Center for Research and Research and Development for organizing this. I think along with somebody else, so along the PRO, is it the PRO? Is that how you organize this? Is it just the two of you, or there's somebody else behind the scene who is also part of the organization? RF, African Research. Okay then, so thank you very much for organizing this, and like I said, I'm very happy. I came in to hear them talking about quantity, types of journals and everything. These are things that we should be discussing regularly so that we are all at the same level. And I want to say that in this university, our mandate is not just to produce research articles, okay? Rigorous research is very good, but you can do a research and nobody knows anything about it. And it's just, you see it somewhere else, oh, and I've done something like that, so some years back. It may be published, but where is it published? You know? In other words, we need visibility. And I think strategically, all over the world, what everybody is working towards to is visibility. You publish a research that is of good impact. We'll talk about the impact later, but that is it visible? Do others know about it? Visibility earns reputation for the university, because they will quote you and they will say, where are you? They will say, the person is in University of Medical Sciences in Ondo City in Nigeria. And as you know, not too many, if you think of, I think there was a paper that shows the number of problems that are coming from within Nigeria. It's very, very few. Africa, not good enough, but Nigeria, very, very few. And even those that they say they publish so much, go and look at the journals, you will start the articles, you know, how much does it, what's the impact? Visibility brings collaboration. Somebody will see your publications and say, this person, I want to do something in that area, somewhere in Africa, and they get in touch with you. And that is being visible. It brings collaboration, it brings impact as well. Because people know that somewhere this work has been done and they want to try it out. They want to try what you have published, whether it is true or not. Okay, so I think we are uniquely placed for not just education, because we are a university. We are also a health-related education. So that makes us an advantage that others don't even have. Yes, many universities are coming up, but we are still on top. We are the first to start it. So we have that privilege, and we can use that, we can leverage that opportunity to make ourselves more visible, increase our collaborations. When they invite our researchers on behalf of University of Medical Sciences, they go into discourse on health issues, all over the world, globally. There are webinars that people are called to talk because they are visible. So I think visibility is one of the things that we are looking forward to. And I think that this workshop will be able to push us towards that area so that we know what we are doing. We are doing rigorous work, but is it visible? Who is aware of what you are doing? And then I want to also say that it also needs social relevance. How many mosquitoes, how many atoms or molecules are in the leg of a mosquito, like one of my guys will say? Yes. If you know that, after that, what else? How does it relate to people that have malaria? So you need to have some relevance. Whatever work we are doing, what's the relevance of it? Where are they going to use it? Locally, globally, where does it come in? And then I'll talk about the fact that effective communication